Hello guys, my name is Gavin, and this will be a quick video on how to make a game over screen with Python and the Blender game engine. And I'm just going to get started. To start off, what we're going to do is double click A to select everything and hit X and delete. Hit 7 to go in the top view and do spacebar and then add a camera like this. Drag this camera up and hit 0 to go into our camera view. And let's do spacebar and then add a cube. Sorry, like this. Next, what we're going to do is go from defaults to game logic and go from Blender render to Blender game. Hit 0 to go back into our camera view. And what we're going to do is on our cube, let's add a keyboard sensor. This keyboard sensor will be spacebar. I'm going to name this as space. And what we're going to do is have it so that, we're going to have the spacebar sensor take down points like health points or something. And once it reaches 0, it's going to add the game over scene. So let's have it where it does an add actuator property. Change it from assign to add. Let's add a property, a game property. Let's make it an integer. I'll set it to 100. I'll rename this property as health. I'll hit I and then game and then show debug properties so that we can see it in the top left corner. And what we're going to do is have it. So let's connect it like this. So if we press the space bar, it's going to add the health property by -10 or take away 10 every time. You can see every time I click, it's going to take away 10. Alright. What we're going to do now is have an a property sensor. I'm just going to click these first 3 dots. And what we're going to do is have it so if our property is less than... Yeah, let's put less than 0. So if the property is less than 0 for our health property, what it's going to do is to activate 2 scene actuators. This first one will be overlay scene. And I'll rename this as game over. And next what it's going to do is suspend the scene. So it's going to set the suspend the scene, and it's going to suspend this main scene. Now what we're going to do is connect these like that. We're going to create a game over scene by hitting this plus right here and hit new. Spacebar and add a camera. Drag this camera up. Hit 0 to go into our camera view. And what we're going to do is add a countdown timer. So once the timer, when the game ends, there's going to be like a 5-second timer, and then the game will restart. So let's do spacebar and then add a text object like this. I'll drag this text object to the middle of the screen. Let's add a text property. This will be a timer, or add a game property, sorry. I'll rename it as timer, like that. What we're going to do is add an always sensor. Minimize this. Add a Python controller and connect it like this. Let's then create a script by doing templates, Python, and then game logic simple. Drag this out and delete the portion that I have highlighted. Hit Control and scroll up on your mouse to make your text larger. I'm going to rename this as gameover.py. Add this right here. And what we're going to do is add a game actuator. In this game actuator, we're just going to do restart game. I'm going to rename this to restart and connect it like this. Alright. What we're going to do now is write our timer script really quick. So I'm just going to have timer, or time is going to equal to 5 minus own timer. So it's just going to be 5 minus the amount of seconds that our timer variable is equal to. Then we're going to have the timer variable is going to equal to time, rounded time off to the 1 decimal place. So time is going to equal to 5 seconds minus the timer amounts. Then this timer variable is going to be equal to this number rounded off to 1 decimal point. Then what we're going to do is have own.text is going to equal a string of timer. Sorry. And if we hit P now, we should see it's going to do that. I'm actually now going to add another part of the timer. Well, actually, we're going to have the text display a message. Let's just have restarts like this, and plus it like that. So it's now going to look like this. it's not going to look like this. Alright? What we want it to do now is let's get our restarts actuator inside our script. Let's have restarts is going to equal content actuators. Restarts. Alright? Let's now have an if statement. So if timer is less than or equal to 0, we're going to do content activates restart like this. I'm now going to rename this scene as, let's say, let's have game over. So this will be our game over scene. I'm going to go back into our main scene like this and have it so that when our game is over, it's going to add the overlay scene game over like this. Now I am going to do one last thing, and we're just going to have an always sensor on our cube in the middle. And let's just have it so that our cube is going to rotate. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to see that our cube is actually rotating in a circle and that it's actually stopping the game and restarting. So if I hit P now, you can see I'm going to take away 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, restarting. 1, 0. Actually, wait, we have to save this first. So do file and save, and save this as game over. Sorry, for the computer to actually be able to read that it's restarting the game, you have to actually save a file. So hit play, take away all the health you want. Game is over. It's going to restart 1 second. And there you go. You can file and save again. And there you have it. Alright, so that's how you make a simple game over scene. I hope you guys find this useful, and have a good day.